And a lot of what's here. And if they hit you, well, this carousel, both of them are on eccentric, so both horses, every horse goes up and down. Typically,
look at the little boy.
The Americans, as I said, really love it. This is all hand forged. There's nothing cast on it. The cars are really more like boats than automobiles. They were much more familiar with yeah, you can get. This again, this is British. It goes clockwise. The way that you can tell it's a metropolitan area, and nobody wrote it on it. So if you, that's kind of how the amusement park swelled up. This is a little bit different style. This is from about 1950. So this is post-heyday golden because it ran on a wooden track. If you notice, there's a wheel just inside. So it undulates. They're carved. They're three-dimensional. They're carved all the way around. And you're dealing with basswood, which is like wow. And so you've got. Well, like the band organ. The band organ was that they never have taken the time to restore it because he kind of really appreciates it for what it is. It's been through a lot. It was through, through a hurricane. It's an original Louvre piece from the 1890s. It looks a little cheap with the plastic on it in today's States. You know that the wash of immigrants in the late 1800s. Louvre is what the original colors.
Right on the Rexford.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
They
We
can.
went to the one up in Spokane.
Real affinity for horses, and part of that may have come from the Old West. This knight in shining armor, that whole fantasy played a big factor. This piece, which is a Louvre from 1890, is the first armored horse to take apart. The large and small, little different twist on things, and he is heavy. Rings in most of it, and then there was one brass ring. And yeah, so that's kind of fun. That's probably the most dangerous of any of the parts of a carousel. 3 inches thickness, and so if you needed more than that, you could build on and build on. So this progression is actually kind of interesting. Parker came into play in teens and started to. Somebody had a vivid imagination.
Absolutely.
Somehow, the prototype, I think, was a shovel. Right? The wagon itself and the base, because it's cast iron, is good, heavy, central weight. Blessed to get that one going with this one. The lion, you really need to look at the lion piece and stuff. How you doing? Face, I swear they stole.
I have a question.
So that's kind of the signature. That's a little bit of fairly rare because of their sea creatures. Often people will buy an entire carousel just for sea creatures. There are 3 American pieces here and 1 British, which is why it's facing this way. Again, the romance side. Very useful. These are Bungar's pieces. The Bungar was the first. Bungar's was the first. The steel, strap steel that you see on the front of the deer, that's original. That's not reconstruction. This is all original paint, which is very unique. These 3 pieces were found in a farmer's field. A Native American with a French mustache, I think that's.
Modern carousel. And one of the carvers said that they have no metal because, what, the metal would rust? Or
Yes. And typically that's true, but if you look at, that's the inside arc. It went around the inside portion of the carousel to mask the mechanism. But if you look at the images, those are not park paint, but it's pretty decent park paint. But you see there's not a lot of detail in the mane, not, the swoop of the hair. Part of that is because he gold leafed all of his manes. So that, it's also interesting, every horse's mouth is open. You've got a lot of kids, I tell them the fastest horses are on the other side. So they move that way. There are 3 pieces here that are off of operating carousel. But they're small because they're traveling carousels. Goliath, that's really the sister of Goliath. And we refer to her as FTD. Even though it's massive, the construction was such at that point that they could use the eccentrics on it. I hate the paint job on that, but it's a beautiful carving and reminiscent of the face on the. Again, the British, they were traveling. They went from fair to fair to fair. If they used, at a fair, they would have children's carousel as well. One of my favorites, the sheep, it just has a base coat on it, much like the fish. Fish is supposed to be. It doesn't really look like anything. It's close to a mackerel, but not. Their gold shield. They're the same shields. They're a densal that are. Ostrich? Yes.
No, I'm a bear, I guess, too.
Yeah.
I know, I have a favorite every time you turn around, but this is very, you had a bench seat on either side so that you face one. I think Disney got the idea of the teacups from this, where everybody was facing each other. You just need a steering wheel in the middle of it. But it's a little different style than anything I've ever seen before. I love the trunk. We left it the way it is. A good reminder of how international it is. These 4 over here in the corner. Lion. And his tail's sticking through the skull of the lion. You're not sure if the lion's eating the giraffe or the giraffe's. Work our way out. There's a rocking horse to your left that was, it was never on a carousel.
So where are the other 9 tenths of it?
That's a really good question and I can't answer it, but I don't know, I'll find out.
Tyson and Ethan. Okay.
So I'm just going to say D. How's that? Here we go. Hang on.
You're supposed to be having fun, Mom.
Supposed to be having fun, yeah. I think one time I remember what they did. Oh, God. Hello. Spoon. The spoon. I'm from California. It's good food. Oh, Mom, you should have gotten this as a license. Oh, that's true. She doesn't. But she.
Wallace and the Bush are together.
And in the same colors, yeah. She's talked all about the equality of women they had in Russia, but
And scary. Yeah. Night. They're always away from it. We're in the car. They're quite away. I feel like
Luann works there. Yeah, exactly. They're just beautiful. Road Depot.
it sounds like that Ken did Betty like he did his kids.
Horse drawn fire. You could have a carousel for
I